I mentioned in my Lexit video that I grew up thinking the Republican Party was for rich people, and the Democrat Party is for the everyday American. However, as an adult who spends countless hours researching, connecting dots, and following the money, I couldn't have been more wrong. And I, like many others, just bought into this narrative that was fed to me. A few developments over the course of the last 24 to 48 hours have only solidified the truth. First, it was revealed by the twin sister of Katie Hobbs, candidate for governor of Arizona, that Democrats have long funded their opposing Republican candidates' campaigns in order to ensure that only candidates they can beat or will follow their agendas can win primary elections. If Democrats have long been funding Republican campaigns, how do we truly track their spending and how much wealth they actually represent? Yesterday, we heard from Hillary Clinton that she believes that Republicans may look to steal the 2024 presidential election. Is that creating doubt in the integrity of our elections? Isn't that how inciting an insurrection became a term we heard nonstop over the last 2 years? I'm confused. Hillary's call to action was to beg for donations for Crush the Coup, launched by Indivisible. But who is Indivisible, and should Americans who are already having trouble making ends meet be spending their money to donate to this cause? Let's start by digging into who is funding Indivisible. Indivisible has 3 separate entities who all seem to be moving funds between each other to make it harder to trace. Indivisible Action, which is their PAC, Indivisible Project, and Indivisible Civics. There also seem to be countless Indivisible spin-off organizations, but for time purposes, let's stick to Indivisible Project. According to InfluenceWatch.org, their primary source of funding comes from the Tides Foundation, described as a left-leaning grant-making organization and major pass-through funder of numerous left-leaning nonprofits. As of 2020, the Tides Foundation has reported over $1 billion in revenue. Their notable donors list is long, but includes names who need no introduction. $10 million from the George Soros Foundation to promote open society, $12 million from George Soros Open Society Foundations, $5 million from the Rockefeller Brothers Fund, $460,000 from the Rockefeller Family Fund, $1.6 million from the Rockefeller Foundation, $3.5 million from the Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors, and their largest donor, who among other things has been recognized in helping to fund a large-scale compulsory sterilization program to support population control in India, the Ford Foundation, who's reported $26 million in donations. In the height of their movement in 2017, Indivisible claims to have raised $7.5 million, 65% of which was received through major gifts and foundation grants. However, they have also been publicly cited as having undisclosed funding. However, they claimed in 2020, we are driven by small dollar donations, meaning small dollar donations will always be larger than any single foundation or major gift we receive. That's contradictory to the numbers, but maybe it's that weird new math. There's, however, a place on their website where you can donate in honor or memory of someone. Dead people can be so generous and political. I wonder if they'll turn up for the elections. Obama's Organizing for Action activist group, or OFA, has been a major partner of Indivisible. In 2017, OFA published a guide released by Indivisible on how to organize against Trump. The manual advised protesters to attend GOP events quietly as to not raise any alarms, grab seats in the front of the room, but not to sit together and spread out so it seems like the whole room opposes the GOP politician. They encouraged hostile questions while firmly holding the microphone and loudly booing. They also encouraged showing up in mass to congressional district offices and events, as well as flooding congressional phone lines. I don't know about you, but that sounds a little extremist and insurrectionist to me, but hey, what do I know? So when it seems like up is down and down is up, it means you're finally starting to see reality. There's so much more to cover, but for now, thanks for listening.